And from Morris Blackburn Lawyers is John Boyage.
Thanks very much, Damien. Thanks everyone for coming. What's that? Okay. Earlier Damien had talked about the importance of evidence-based decision making. That we've got people who are making decisions about riders' rights, or indeed trying to change public perceptions of riders and all the community, and it's not based on any particular facts. We were aware that there was a Road Safety Committee investigation into motorcycle safety last year, and a few of our clients suggested to us that, look, why don't you just make a little preparation, a little presentation based on the experience you've had with clients. It happened at the same time that one of the clients brought to our attention that a police officer, who's now a very senior police officer, had previously said that 92% of the time riders were to blame for accidents. When he was questioned where did that statistic come from, he denied ever having said it. But there were journalists there, it's in the Age, you can Google it and find it easily enough. We did a presentation which was just based on the experience we'd had, which was completely contrary to this sort of perception that the police and the TAC generally show. TAC inevitably will say, this accident was caused by the rider, or at least contributed to. He was going too fast, he didn't have his helmet on right, he wasn't visible, whatever it might be. Our experience was that people time and again had reported this concept of Smidsy, sorry mate I didn't see you, to the point where people are saying, I had eyeball contact with him, I was really close, and then he pulled out. No explanation about why. When we went before the Road Safety Committee, one of the members, Mr Linguilla, who's a Labor member, said this, and I just want to read out what he said when we were presenting. We're talking about the importance of collection of data, and the decisions should be based on evidence. He said, the agencies are not up to scratch to this. There are discrepancies between Vic Roads, TAC, the Department of Health, the Alfred Hospital, and so on. He said, in relation to monopolies, and this will come as a surprise, in relation to monopolies, they use the data for their agenda. And why wouldn't you? And this is what Mr Linguilla said. If you put Dracula, I'm sorry to say this, in charge of the blood bank, you do that. Checks and balances are perhaps needed in a very democratic society. So they're not my words, I'm just quoting him, but that's one of the things which came out. So I'm quite optimistic that there are some good people on this Road Safety Committee, and maybe something good will come from it. We've looked to support motorcycle advocacy, and you'll see that there are some people here wearing the Smidsy t-shirt. It's very good to see. The sale of those t-shirts was put into preparing this ad. We say it's the ad the TAC should have made. Earlier Damien said that it cost about 1% of the TAC cost, but in fact it was about 0.2 of 1% of the TAC cost. Mind you, we had some terrific people involved, including people from Goza Studios who made a great job of it all. The concept of the ad is take a longer look. It's a message to all road users. Take a longer look before you start moving out from a stop sign. We reckon it's the ad TAC should have made, rather than putting that crap on about the reconstruction of the ad, of the collision. We've put it to TAC. In the preparation of this ad, we were saying to them, TAC, your ad's not hitting the target. What are you going to do about it? They've told us they refuse to create any motorcycle awareness adverts. So they're not going to budge. That's what they've told us. That's why we've had to make our own. As you might be aware, the Take a Longer Look is currently on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It went on, I think, about Wednesday or Thursday of last week, and it's had about 4,500 hits when I looked yesterday. It's going to be on Foxtel, and we're trying to get it made a community service announcement to try and get it put on free to air. It's all part of the notion of that the responsibility is a shared responsibility, and they shouldn't be pointing the finger at riders. They shouldn't be blaming the victim and saying, if you were wearing something else, then something different would have happened. The statistics say, and it's unequivocal, the statistics say there's never been a safer time to ride.
Thanks, John. There's also a website called lawyersforriders.com. So if you need any legal advice, like Heather getting hit from behind, that's the place to start looking. Well, you've heard from the speakers. I think it's pretty well unanimous that a lot of these discriminatory and restrictive proposals that have come from road authorities we unanimously reject. Now, some of you are going to have to go back to work. Some of you have got a long ride home. But some of you will have time to put in a few laps of the city. Now, the police have closed off the road to traffic, so we thank the police for that.
John, this one for the Shadow Minister. If we've got to share the roads with all the push bikes, they don't pay rego or insurance, they've got more rights than us. And you want to hear about safety equipment? They wear lycra.
Yeah. Here. Hey Luke, the gentleman just pointed out that bicyclists don't wear safety gear and they don't pay any rego, they don't even have to carry identification. We're paying all this stuff. Where's the fairness in that? Can we get that raised in Parliament? Okay. All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for coming. Please ride safely and enjoy yourselves. See you later.